I would now like to call upon stage Colonel Surojit Bose, the head of institution for UID, for a talk on envisioning the future of immersive learning, animation and gaming at UID.
Good morning, everybody. I'm not going to stand up, stand down, and all that. Just to take off from Bharat Bhai, where he's left us, and the role which institutions are supposed to play in this whole area of how we prepare our students, how we prepare looking at that they'll be there in the field in the next 5 years. But at the outset, we've had a lot of talks with Machaya and the whole team of IGDC. And on behalf of our president, Shri Ritesh Hadaji, the entire Karnavati University, to having thanked IGDC for having reposed their trust in us and having it for the first time in Gujarat, I think it goes a long way, Machaya, and thank you so very much. Yeah. I'll fail in my duty if I don't mention Professor Manisha Mohan, our dean. She's been part of this whole gaming journey as the team as we went through, and the entire team of what we call the Department of Animation and Gaming, most of who are here. So at the outset, all the speakers who are going to speak today, we hope to have a very, very vibrant and a day in which we go back with certain amount of learning and certain amount of what we call outcomes, that what is our next steps, how we are going to go forward. It's by and large networking. Like Bharat Bhai, I also don't come from this industry. We are all super managers in some way, managing talent, putting a lot of inputs for a very great output to be tested on the field. And in such higher education institutions, what we do is at every time, every year, we test our students to be as academically and industry focused by sending them out as internships, as apprenticeships, etc. That's the role we all here play. And a lot of the input comes from all the people who are here. We would like you to come to us at various times, spend a day, spend 2-3 days, if as a company like Nazara and others, and let's get into making India a great place. Now, what I know is what is generally when we go into curriculum mapping, that ultimately it is the story. Story told 20 years back, a million back, a millennium back, but it is getting retold in various times and various places, various contexts. And that is the ultimate of how we go forward, whether it is gaming, gamification. So gaming, gamification, simulation, besides its therapeutic value, it has brought a lot of changes in the pedagogy of education. And such that you are testing things at various levels, while at one time oil was the new fuel, today technology is the new fuel for all of us. And in that, for these immersive experiences, for all the interactive design, where we look at SDG goals, we look at responsibility as designers, we look at responsibility as professionals. And these have all amalgamated together. So now it is not silos, but it's a very, very interactive, interdisciplinary place. And that's what we do into while we curate our curriculum. We started with animation, very small. The first cohort was about 30, about 6 years back. Then we saw that there's a great way gaming animation is coming up in India. I would like to tell this audience here that the fastest growth in a department has been our animation and gaming department. And also means the faculty and the students. Our first course was animation and motion graphics. Then we made it into animation and digital media, while we had gaming and simulation. Now we have melded all together to make it animation and gaming, and to thank the whole team, the higher management. Now we have a 60 computer gaming studio, and as a force multiplier, another 40 computer AI studio. So this is what we have asked and we have received from our president, and that is how we will be able to take our students forward, that who can tap their core skills, look at new technologies, and take this gaming to the next level. Now, I don't know how much authenticity of this in this gaming report. What are the things which is telling us? Though I'm not very sure about the authenticity, but it is telling us that today India is the largest gaming market in the world. A user base of 568 million, and over 9.5 billion apps downloaded in 2023 itself. A CAGR of 28%, and paying gamers, that's for you all to know, by 2028, we will have from 144 to 240 million. Now, this gives us the enormity of the task at the level of institutions, at the level at which you are going to look at how each of you can take it to the next level. Now, the professional players will also grow from 2.5 times over the next 5 years. And we know that already there are a lot of companies who are exporting this market. I saw it in one of Nazara's ads, or Nazara's, that mobile gaming contributes to 90% of the gaming market in India. So when you see your child or someone looking at the mobile, you know that it's a game which is of the prime interest, as compared to about 37% in USA and 62% in China. Now let's look at what are the ways and what has happened over the last few years. There was a time when it was very a long process to get into production. So two things happened. A 3D animation has brought in what is called tectonic changes into way you go into production and how you understand, and then came the game engines. And our HOD, Professor Arun Gupta, says, sir, the next wave is AI. AI is going to be the greatest disruptor in how we are looking at cinema production, how we are looking at animation, and how we are looking at various explorations, which was persistent of vision and suspension of belief, which was the real core of cinematic experiences or anything in the area of gaming. All that, the production is getting beyond just the game engines into now AI getting into game engines. Now, the other parts that AI, for whatever responsibility, for whatever ethics, and whatever are the rules and regulations which are going to come. But AI has shown those things which we were not even thinking would bring in. Think of the travel of a capsule which reaches your heart with certain animation, which does away with all the bypasses and all the angioplasty. Think of something which hasn't been thought in your mind, is AI giving it in a plate to you. So while we have this helping us in technology, the story is not going away, and you are getting a lot of time to be more creative. Creative in such a way that you are beating the world through your creativity, and AI is helping you at some point in time. So when at the education level, while we look at looking at great faculty, having a system in getting international faculty in campus. We have a system beyond just the infrastructure, but also having tie-ups with many institutions. After this, I think that will be a great way that when we can tie up to do 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours. You come and teach us and tell us about what way we should train our students. So that's something is the milestone approach we adopt here, while having labs for AR, VR, XR, labs for 3D printing, etc., which is part of how a whole course is looked at. So when we look at the impact of storytelling, entertainment, education, very complex ideas. This whole youth has got so many ways they have come up to how they would like to be making their story, offering them various immersive and experience spaces. Unless we have been able to create that, I don't think our games will become world beaters, though we have a huge stories of our past which can be made into animation games, which we are seeing, as also collecting everything which is our culture. And therefore, I think that the Gujarat and other states, they have their own stories which can be told very, very seamlessly through this, the animation and games. Besides this, the transformation technologies which have come about, making post-production so easy, there's also the fact that AR, VR, XR is giving us real-time experiences.
Two things that every person should know about AI. First is that AI is the first tool in history that can make decisions by itself. All previous tools in history couldn't make decisions. This is why they empowered us. You invent a knife, you invent an atom bomb. The atom bomb cannot decide to start a war, cannot decide which city to bomb. AI can make decisions by itself. An autonomous weapon systems can decide by themselves who to kill, who to bomb. The second thing is that AI is the first tool in history that can create new ideas by itself. The printing press could print our ideas, but could not create new ideas. AI can create new ideas entirely by itself. This is unprecedented. Therefore, it is the first technology in history that instead of giving power to humans, it takes power away from us. And the danger is that it will increasingly take more and more power from us until we are left helpless and clueless about what is happening in the world.
So when we train our students, we give them a good dose of the culture which is around them, and then put them all to start looking at how they would like to play. How they would like to immerse themselves and how they would like to get into this whole ecosystem which is helping them in the games. When we talk of various game engines which have been a great transformative and a power which has changed many things, let me just play a little bit of one of the videos of Unreal Fest. Quite like, I would like the next time the IGDC Fest also plays out to the world in similar ways. Let's just listen to them a bit.
Hello, everyone. All right, let's start. How's everybody doing? Wow, that was weak. How's everybody doing? There you go. That's what we like. All right. Hello, everyone. We are Rotu, and hopefully we're gonna get to show you guys some very inspiring, very exciting stuff. Let's speak in a second with all the goodies, but I'm just
than any other group that I've worked with. The most amazing thing to me The process of working with Rotu is different, as it needs to be, than any other group that I've worked with. The most amazing thing to me, and I've been involved with some pretty major productions, but to see them respond so quickly, not the next day, but while I'm sitting there, but they're showing our characters being manipulated in a terrain that they're changing on the fly. Yeah, it's a whole new game. It's been an incredible journey, and I feel like we've only just begun.
So when I got the idea for Midnight Jaunt, I thought this was a great way to challenge them in the terms of creating this content. You know, I hate to say it's things that haven't been done before, but we were actually doing things that hadn't been done before, integrating miniatures into our background.
There's been some video calls that have transpired between creatives and Rotu and us. Whoever the creative is will say, it would be nice if it was like, you know, we had some pink flowers here, and then boom, there's pink flowers there on the same video call.
I love working with LED screens and virtual production, and recently I got to work with a music video for Haley Reinhart, and they were really terrific and moved so quickly, and just variables that we kept coming up with, and it was a great experience.
So, for paucity of time, I think we should cut it to an extent. But in any education institution, especially of the type which says that we globally benchmark all our processes. So the earlier system of curation goes through advisory board, board of studies, etc., a lot of bureaucratic stratas. But while designing game or the game design curriculum, we went through all these aspects, how to conceptualize the game, how the game mechanics will work, each level, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, narrative design, game art, visuals, and then the real immersive nature of user experience, testing and iteration. And then we look at, when students go out, can they monetize the business model? And at the right time, Hiranbhai Bhai has come, who's given us a lot of ways that today UID and Karnavati sits at being the nodal center of the Southern Army through its incubation. And a lot of our students get incubated on how the next level or the next way they are going to come, because they go out only after next 4 years. So by and large, I think during lunch we can discuss if there are more elements we have missed out. So at UID, we have a very heterogeneous first year foundation, where everyone has to learn everything, and it's one syllabus for the whole year. Come the second year, then you start looking into animation and gaming. So the year 2 has drawing for motion, fundamentals of animation, psychology, introduction to 3D production, writing of animation and gaming, enterprise skills, and storyboarding and animatics. The second year, we get more into creating stuff, creating 3D, so script writing, screen process, animation game technologies are taught, game animation, portfolio, concept design, construction. The year 4, generally students are into the internships. They're mostly testing themselves through sponsored capstone projects. And there we give them the final of VFX for animation and game, advanced AR, VR, XR, educational in game, as we are talking that a game has multifarious areas where we can test them, train them, simulate for a pilot, simulate for a surgeon, simulate for various, even including pedagogy for faculty, layout design, and the final project of creating a 2-minute or the 3-minute VFX film, or a working prototype through our Center of Excellence of Fab Labs. Yeah. So bringing animation and curriculum together has been one of great points of the year 23-24 in conceptualizing it and launching it in the next year. Come July, we'll have a lot of changes we have made into our curriculum for testing them out, giving them diverse career opportunities. We know as how fast, at what speeds this whole ecosystem is moving. So, and there's a high demand for talent. And we recognize that, and therefore we have made pretty forward-looking areas, bringing in innovation, bringing in hands-on learning, empowering our students to be curious as also take things forward. So this is the team which has been behind the animation and gaming curriculum.
The animation and game design program at UID is more than ever ready to welcome you into an exciting journey. A journey which includes the latest technology, the latest pedagogy, and a journey which includes a heightened sense of responsibility towards the student and his or her educational and professional needs.
The field of animation and game design presents countless of opportunities, particularly emerging fields driven by technologies like VR, AR, and AI. Moreover, the growing demand of interactive storytelling experience across various platforms presents opportunities for the content creators to innovate narrative format that engages and captivate audience in new ways.
Our curriculum aims to provide best of both the world, traditional animation as well as latest tools and technology. So that's
Okay. I think indications are that my time is up. But let me still get a few faculty on how this whole curation has gone about.
Ensured that the curriculum stays cutting edge by mapping it to the latest industry trends.
The modules are designed in such a way that there are filmmaking, there will be 2D animation, 3D animation, and students will get a hand-on experience on like AR, VR, and virtual reality.
And let's not forget about the AI.
Narratives form the backbone of any and every audiovisual medium that we come across, be it films, cartoon shows, video games, or for that matter, the content that you see on Instagram and YouTube. In animation, the story is explored shot by shot, while in gaming, it is explored through the choices and the actions of the gamer.
Imagine creating incredible characters, bringing them to life with movement, and building stunning worlds. That's what 3D animation is all about.
So recently there has been increase in number of new talented faculties in our department, and which mostly focus on 2D animation and illustration. So this actually will help students understand more about the principles of 2D traditional animation and illustration.
like if they want to go towards pre-production, they can.
I think thank you very much for your patient hearing of something which is gone into envisioning how we would like to present our animation and gaming program. Thank you very much for being patient listener. Thank you.